Alright, here we go. This is a custom 2v2 on Duel, the new version 2 Duel, depending on when you watch this. New might be a relative term. On the new Duel, between the Carbon team in the upper left-hand corner, BonGeBon in the Steampunk Striker, and Broadside in the Steampunk Paladin, and their opponents, the green team in the bottom right-hand corner, Insomniac311 in the Beta Bomber, and SPOTFIR with that 3, SPOTFIR, in the Black Ops Neo. That is the Black Ops Neo, right? Yeah, because it's the color, or not Neo, damn it, it's a Striker. It's a Striker, and this is the transition patch between version 1 and version 2. This is where they started melding the rules together, and Duel has been on matchmaking rotation. Now BonGeBon coming with some boomers, gonna do some socket harass, so let's see if we can get one of the moneymakers killed. But no, both boomers go straight into that outpost and delight the bulbs, but Broadside actually in that Paladin gonna bring some tangos. He's neutralizing this outpost with tangos. I have no idea how the new stats are right now. I am still not caught up because so much stuff has changed, but now Broadside neutralizes this outpost. One runner is in there, and BonGeBon keeping both Insomniac and SPOTFIR busy defending against that attack. And now Broadside just has to, okay, now BonGeBon coming with some more creeps. Oh, boomers actually, one boomer in that infantry slot. Look at that. This outpost does go up to Carbon. SPOTFIR not going to be able to neutralize this, and Insomniac coming just with creeps. Probably won't do the job. Spot, oh, almost getting finished off by BonGeBon, but does get that awesome epic level up. I'm not going to really call it lucky anymore, but it is going to be the epic level up. Broadside a little bit low on health, but not going to... almost getting finished off by SPOTFIR and those missiles. But in the meantime, now Insomniac doing a scout. Does see some flackers over here, and bombs the flackers, deciding to bomb some flackers. Oh, no. And Broadside already coming back to respond. Insomniac barely gets away with very, very low health. Does get chased down by Broadside, and BonGeBon, and SPOTFIR is also doing an attack, but Insomniac now getting chased down by Broadside again. Oh, on the way out, does get finished off, and SPOTFIR forced to retreat out of that area. But BonGeBon not able to finish off Spot on the way back, but Spot not able to kill BonGeBon either. Even with those air-to-air missiles. And again, doing more dogfighting in this area. Insomniac now respawning, coming back to the fight, dropping a hat down there. So this is a pretty defended outpost with hats and all that, and 2 jackals, I think. And at this point, I know for one thing, jackals have been changed to pretty much what Jokers were. Their roles have pretty much been reversed in terms of DPS and all that stuff. I think Jackal is the one with the higher amount of piercing now, and the Joker is the one with the lower amount of piercing but high amount of DPS. So now mid has been completely skipped because Carbon team has been able to grab this outpost. A couple of Dillos, we're already pushed over here. This outpost was neutralized, and BonGeBon coming with some creeps. He does grab this under his control, and now we do have SPOTFIR working for mid, not working for that close. BonGeBon already taking this outpost, does get killed by apparently a Hellstorm hat. This one that was dropped right here, and Insomniac will be able to finish off the majority of those units over there, except now does start to run out of health. Broadside coming to bunker creep, so this won't go back down to neutral anytime soon, unless we do have a rush of units, which I doubt is really coming. Insomniac just microing a couple creeps around the Spot, and Insomniac again trying to get this outpost neutralized, but this Carbon team just really dominating this fight. Insomniac now coming out with another hat. BonGeBon trying to kill SPOTFIR over his fort, but really dangerous. This outpost is almost out of recharge energy. And the Broadside now going back. Where is he going? Oh, they have a secret boxer push over here. A secret boxer clump. And Insomniac not going to go all the way back to the last stand, but trying to neutralize this forward and trying to bomb it down as well. I don't know if maybe bombs are a better idea than just landing and slashing, but he does actually neutralize it. And BonGeBon really low on health, gets finished off on the ground. That last creep does not get in, though. It does get killed. So Broadside able to get that finished off. And now the Carbon team is definitely going to be in a scramble to get this outpost back, and I would assume the green team would also... Oh no, they are not going for the outpost again, but instead Spot... Okay, no, now Spot does grab the soldiers, but this outpost is back down neutral, but Insomniac dropping a Jackal and Spot dropping some soldiers. They will be continuing the assault on this outpost. It does go back down to neutral, but no bulbs are going to... Or not bulbs, I don't know. I guess I'm going to be calling them infantry slots or something like that. Insomniac does see the boxers, so I wonder if he's going to be able to do anything about it. Does drop an an artillery, but runs out of energy, is forced to land and slash at Broadside. In the meantime, SPOTFIR still attacking this outpost. 4 soldiers again. They will eventually neutralize the outpost. Oh, but one does get killed. They are trying to... I don't know why they go like way out and way back in. That is a little bit funny. But now Broadside coming back here, does see it, has been neutralized. And BonGeBon, oh, killing SPOTFIR there in the air. I know BonGeBon and SPOTFIR dogfight with each other quite a lot. I'm sometimes included in that. It is quite fun doing the dogfight drills. Oh, but now Broadside, oh no, he just has SAMs coming out. Is he loading SAMs in these boxers? I think he is. Look, SAMs are in his build queue, and these boxers are going to start to go out. So now Spot and Insomniac still trying to approach mid. Haven't really been able to clear that much. Have cleared this stuff down here, but I mean, the mid is still very, very densely packed with neutral units. You know, considering. Oh, and BonGeBon real low and out. Oh, almost getting finished off here. Oh, gets finished off by that Gorgon. And now Insomniac trying to approach this last stand once again, but not really going to be able to do that. It's still really heavily defended by carbon units. And now Insomniac coming out finally with some tanks. I would hope these are on capture. They might not stop here though, because this outpost just did get taken by the green team. And BonGeBon and Broadside spending so much time making this, making that SAM push, or that SAM, the boxer-filled, or SAM-filled boxers. Wow, what is wrong with the words here? But now these Longhorn are still proceeding to this fort, this carbon fort, and not supported by any of the green team right now. And so all those Longhorn will die. In the meantime, we do have a counter Dillo push coming for the mid. Insomniac and SPOTFIR are both here to defend, so they won't really be able to break this turtle here at this mid. Not really a turtle. It's actually not super heavily defended, although we do have a couple of brutes in the bunkers, so that is really, really effective. All these Longhorns have been killed, so is Broadside going to move out with those SAM boxers? I'm not really sure what to call them. I know boomers in boxers are boom boxes. Oh, and Insomniac deciding to grab it and just die because that lockbox was pretty close to that carbon area. Yeah, definitely don't want to risk that. And now BonGeBon. Oh, but Broadside really, I mean, just been spending on SAMs. Really, already credit capped. Man, these new terms. I mean, I don't say credit capped very often because it doesn't really happen too often. We do have a carbon push over to this close. It probably will get neutralized as all these Dillos. There are quite a lot of Dillos, actually, and not too much left defending this forward, but this outpost will go down to neutral. Only one bulb. Oh, no, this all the Dillos have been killed. It does go down to neutral, but and we do see the carbon boxers starting to move out. There are 6, 7, 8, 8 of them, I think. 4 plus 7. No, it's about 7. I might be missing one. Let's see about this. Okay, that doesn't work. That crap never works. But yeah, Broadside here. SPOTFIR defending, able to retake this outpost. BonGeBon not coming with creeps in time. Insomniac is here to defend as well. What does Insomniac have in his build queue? Come on, loadout counters work properly. I can't actually tell what people have in queue, but this boxer push has actually been able to kill everything here at the mid, dumping all those SAMs out, and the SAMs have been able to kill pretty much everything there. And the carbon team, or the green team, still has been able to hold that forward, but you know, at the cost of that mid. Broadside going down to the neutral Goliath. But yeah, this boxer push completely clearing this mid, taking this mid for the carbon team, and now all the green team has left is that forward, and they're close, or not even they're close. They're close, and their fort. Insomniac trying to bomb down these units surrounding, but really low on health, you know, this is a carbon controlled outpost, so you know, not enough pressure on the outpost, and you know, it's just, there are absolutely no green units there either, so you know, any attack. Oh, and Insomniac really low on health, getting killed, dropping a single brute. It does actually neutralize that outpost, but SPOTFIR really low on health as well. Will he be able to get back? Yes, he actually does transform down, but hovered by 2 carbon mechs. Oh yeah, not really too much hope surviving that. I don't know if he tried to lift off or not, but Broadside getting that final hit on him. So now this brute's still here, actually killing away quite a lot, and Broadside forced to drop, not forced to, but chooses to drop and shoot and kill that brute on the ground. So now what is carbon team, or what is the green team going to do? Yeah, SPOTFIR checks this out, really defended by these Dillos. This mid is pretty much their best shot, as this outpost is you know, still okay defended, but the mid is definitely what they want. I would definitely take mid over this close at this point, over that forward, excuse me. But now we do have SPOTFIR approaching this last stand outpost on the green's last stand outpost that has been taken by the Carbon team. Broadside really low on health, but as that Paladin shield facing forward, not too much fear, just shooting in, especially with those Blaster Guardians. Oh no, those are Repair Guardians, so he really just stood there on the ground, stayed alive, got his health back, and now we do have a Dillo push for the fort. This does look like it will be it. There is not too much that the green team has in their. Well, Insomniac has 17,000 in his build or in his bank, and just bombing away with his bombs and his unit bombs and his ability bombs. So will actually do quite a lot of damage here and finishes off the rest of those Dillos. And just one Gemini still here firing at the front door. Has taken down a lot of their damage. Oh god, where's the faded part there? I can't really see. Can't really get a good guesstimate of how much, what percentage or whatnot has been taken off. But a couple of random boomers wandering around. I don't think you can bunker boomers right now. That might have been changed though. Never any of these claims you can never really tell. But a lot of fighting going down here at the Green Fort. I would think that the Carbon team would scout this forward outpost. Not too much there. They did just lose quite a lot of units to that. That fort push that just didn't work. Defender's advantage and bombs OP, gotta admit, but it is 54-18 in favor of the Carbon team. Let's see what SPOTFIR is doing. He is doing quick scout. Does see that there is not too much defending that forward or that fort and going for the sockets here at the close. But BonGeBon reacting really quickly, and we do have a Carbon push here, a very small one by Broadside, and BonGeBon does come back here to aid Broadside in this attack. But most of the Carbon units have been killed, so this has been shut down by the green team. However, it wasn't really that much of a unit commitment by the Carbon team. We do have all the tanks moving out for this Carbon team. Are they going for the fort, or are they going for this forward, or for this close? I would assume they are going for the fort, because there's a lot of stuff at that forward. And Insomniac actually able to kill all these Dillos with this, I think with this bombs. I did miss that, but I would assume that was bombs. I don't really know. I don't think there was any AA over there, and SPOTFIR with this wall of tanks here, this really great perpendicular line of tanks, stopping all of these incoming tanks from the Carbon team, finishing off BonGeBon there, and this Carbon push has pretty much failed. There is just Brutes here left attacking this Ratchet, but now that does give Green team an opportunity to start attacking the mid, pretty much where those units came from, and Broadside actually not even really kind of doing a separate thing for BonGeBon, going here on this side of the map to kill some Goliaths. To kill the neutral Goliaths, and I guess the Gorgon was there as well. It's still there, actually. So let's see where the green team decides to go. They aren't going for mid. They are going for this forward. The mid is definitely less protected than the forward. And they are splitting their attack. The units on the forward have already been killed. Broadside will be able to finish off these Jackals dropped on the ground. Once again, Jackals do not do the neutralization job that they used to, because their DPS has been lowered, but their piercing has increased. So are they calling it piercing? I think they're just calling it a weapon value now, but I think it will be changed to either piercing or penetration. I hope it's piercing, because the other word does have some interesting connotations to it. So I think it will be piercing, and the Jackal has a higher piercing now, but a lower DPS, as opposed to the Joker, which has a lower piercing but a higher DPS. So they have pretty much switched in roles. I'm not exactly sure what else has changed, as I am not really keeping up with the changes right now. I am gonna wait for the changes to settle up, and BonGeBon almost finishing off Insomniac in that retreat, but does not get him, and Insomniac actually following him back here. A lot of Jackals push up here to this forward by the green team. And where is Broadside? Broadside not supporting BonGeBon in this fight. Broadside just doing his own thing on the other side of the map, killing goalies. A lot of these Carbon tanks have been killed. However, this forward outpost has been neutralized. Pretty surrounded by Carbon units though, so I don't think green team's going to be able to take control of it anytime soon. SPOTFIR does get finished off in the air by BonGeBon, so it does leave just Insomniac here to bomb down what he can. He actually has been able to kill out quite a lot of these Dillos that were stationed in, that were dropped right over there. And now the Carbon team trying to get this outpost back under their control. Brute's going to go into the outpost, so they do take a lot of damage to finish off, so that neutralization will definitely not be as effective. Yeah, and now the Broadside almost getting finished up here on the ground, does level up, killing that Gorgon, so he will not get killed. But opening up that lane will allow for another avenue of attack for that Carbon team. SPOTFIR getting pinned down here by BonGeBon, but backing into his units, including Seekers, will definitely be able to survive that fight. So now Broadside opening up the last of the goalies, or at least killing them. So trying to open up that lane. Still one goalie left, actually. But the Carbon team, oh, wow, there were some green brutes dropped over here, which is kind of interesting. And now Insomniac trying to bomb what he can. No AA in this area, so just free bombing. Let's see if BonGeBon can respond to save some of his units. None of them are smoking black, so not really too much in danger. Insomniac wasn't really focusing any down. Oh, and almost does run out of energy, so almost getting killed, but SPOTFIR here to chase away BonGeBon, getting him finished off in the air. So now Broadside with some tangos in his build queue. Let's see what he decides to do with that. Now SPOTFIR does take a quick scout up mid. It is very, very well defended. So I don't think they are going to go for that really, you know, as their next attack. This forward is actually not super defended, and this close, it's actually more defended than the forward. So and now Broadside planning a secret tango push. I don't know if that will be scouted. SPOTFIR does go for the front door scout. Does see a flacker. Oh, might loop around and might actually notice. Yes, he does see the tango, so does land and sword them to death. But is really losing a lot of his health as well. Probably yes, does get finished off here on the ground. And Insomniac now using that empty lane to push some Longhorn and a Seeker, so he does, and puts a Ratchet there in support as well. I don't know if he's setting these on attack or if he's setting them on capture. I would assume they're on capture. If they go this way, they are on attack. Okay, so they are on attack. They will not get a surround on this outpost. They will just go straight for that front door, I think, or are they on capture? Oh god, this pathing is just really, really confusing. A lot of them are going down though. Insomniac trying to get this outpost neutralized. But we do have the tango push again by the Carbon team, but SPOTFIR now here to slash a sword, and it is pretty defended here, the front door by Longhorn, so they really won't be getting much penetration. In that case, penetration is the right word. Of that green fort. So now that we do have a Longhorn push here at this Carbon front door, but BonGeBon here to finish off the rest of them as well. So now we are back to square one, except for Insomniac has been able to neutralize this forward outpost. Let's see if any infantry are brought up so they can actually grab it, or will they just continue bringing units for the attack pressure. BonGeBon not going to back to get some creeps, but creeps will wander in. Not enough to retake the outpost in this wave, so let's see how long it does take for them. Broadside and BonGeBon just firing away. Insomniac trying to keep this stuff alive with, with Bomber Micro. Not really necessarily the best mech to micro, and does lose that Gaddy on the ground. BonGeBon does retreat away, and Broadside retreating away on the ground with his shield facing the enemy, and Repair Guardians trying to stay alive here. Insomniac trying to bomb him down, but probably will. No, Broadside does get back up and survives that double stock by SPOTFIR and Insomniac. Wow. That was a little bit interesting. I think that could have been done better on the part of the green team, but honestly, it wasn't really a bad stock necessarily. It just was actually a pretty cool dodge by Broadside with, right timing to lift off and get back to that outpost to get that heal. SPOTFIR now attacking with these Jackals. In the meantime, we do have a push of Dillo to the front door by Broadside. However, this line of Longhorn still will do the job. Maybe wanted to go defense aura there. Does he even have defense aura? No, he doesn't. He just went straight attack and speed aura. And now does get finished off on the ground by that Hellstorm hat. This push once again will be shut down by the defender's advantage perpendicular line of Longhorn. But well, Insomniac actually is having a little bit of a hard time defending against this. He is taking quite a lot of damage. This green team is taking quite a lot of damage. Insomniac does go down. But all the rest of the Carbon units do go down as well. So BonGeBon only has AA over here, will be chased away by SPOTFIR. The green team at about, I would guess, something like half health, give or take. So I'm not really sure if that is actually going to, I can't really tell. But so the Carbon team has just been chipping away at this green team's health, and now Broadside going to go with I would assume that's a capture from this side. I don't think he is going with a forward push, especially after that last failed one. That would not be a good idea. They might just want to go for this outpost. It's not really as heavily defended as before. They don't really have that line of Longhorn that stopped that last heavy Dillo push. I will note that none of these players have goalie in their loadout, so we will not see that new tech tree mechanic. Oh, this is actually a split Some are going for the fort and some are going for the outpost. I don't know about that. This did force Insomniac, or at least kind of force Insomniac back. Oh, where did these come from? Oh, they're kind of being sent from all over. These Gemini are being sent to this outpost as well. But Carbon Team has not been able to really break this outpost. 2 brutes still up in those infantry slots, and now Broadside trying to get this outpost neutralized, but I don't think he's actually been able to do it. These Gemini will be shut down by this brute that's sitting right there in that slot right there, and or it's actually in the bunker. So SPOTFIR and Insomniac able to completely shut down this multi-pronged attack by that Carbon Team. And now we'll start working on mid, but these brutes stationed here are definitely going to be pretty hard to finish off. BonGeBon now coming back to the fight, and SPOTFIR does get chased away by that enemy mech. So where is Broadside now finally coming back to the fight? BonGeBon socketing socketing moneymakers in the middle of battle. Will be able to save that moneymaker from Spot. Mech DPS is still pretty high. I know it was recently uber buffed and then slightly nerfed, but I still think it is still a little bit high, you know, compared to before, especially against socket units. Socket units die pretty darn quick to mech harass nowadays, and Broadside almost going to go down. I think Insomniac will be able to, yes, does get this finish off on the ground. BonGeBon does have to retreat from 2 mechs defending this area, so Green Team still able to hold this forward, not losing any more ground than they have after retaking this last stand. Definitely still in the game. SPOTFIR now going for this forward. I would expect Carbon Team to, you know, maybe save up some units and push out, but I know the play styles of these players definitely aren't the turtle and push style of players, and Broadside now queuing up a bunch of Gemini. Let's see how he decides to use them. Probably should use at least, uses at least 1 to defend against this, so Insomniac does choose to move his attack with a Longhorn over here to the last stand, but I don't, you know, responded to by 2 mechs. Let's see what SPOTFIR is doing. SPOTFIR trying to get some units killed over here, does get a flacker, and Insomniac definitely doing a good job keeping both mechs in this area, and actually staying quite alive, and might want to die to one of those neutral mines instead of these enemy units, but does die to a Gemini. That new mechanic, or I don't know if you can call that a mechanic, but that new spec UI where you see that oh, we did have a Longhorn push over here. I don't know where that came from, but I definitely was not a good idea. Oh, I guess it came from, oh, did it come from the fort? It did come from the fort. They just completely bypassed mid, not able to neutralize it. There are no more infantry in these sockets, though. I don't know if there were to begin with at the beginning of this attack, but if there were, they are gone. SPOTFIR getting finished off on the ground there. But yes, this new spec UI, you can see what kind of unit killed the mech that just got killed instead of just seeing the enemy unit sign and then death. So now we do have a Broadside. Okay, let's see what Broadside's doing, trying to get some sockets killed. Does get 1, using that hammer to soften up all the units, but Insomniac does come back and respond to it. So BonGeBon now amassing up more Dillos here at the mid. Will probably push out sometime soon if the whole pattern of this game by this Carbon Team will hold up. They do not wait. They don't wait to just mass up. They just push out. Not necessarily the most game-winning is safest play, but definitely I would prefer to see that kind of play over turtle sit, wait, and push kind of strategy. Broadside real low on health, will probably be finished off by these 2 mechs, but with that Paladin shield, oh, does lift off and gets finished off in the air. Last hit goes to Insomniac, but now we do have a couple of brutes moving out for this Carbon Team, and more coming out by BonGeBon. What is he? Just stacking more and more brutes out on the ground, but this defense here, if they remicro these tanks and stuff, they should be fine. I don't think this is actually going to work. We are at 22 minutes and 40 seconds. Overtime does not exist anymore. You know, the overtime mechanic does not exist anymore, and limited resources does not exist anymore. So I have no idea how long this game is. I was told that it was kind of a long game, and as we can see, already at 22 minutes and 56 seconds, we are at quite a long, you know, a high timestamp already. Broadside already setting up artillery over here. Oh, setting them up in different spots, but does, oh, I was going to say does get caught by, oh, okay, now because BonGeBon was followed by SPOTFIR. SPOTFIR almost definitely sees that. Insomniac, that is within his map vision, so he does finish off that artillery. Will finish off these rest of these as well if Broadside doesn't save them. Just bringing out artillery, no AA to defend, so he is completely susceptible to mech attack, and will all completely be finished off by mechs as well. So I would like to see a couple of flackers or something like that out on the field by Broadside. Bringing up those artillery, but will try to kill what he can with his Paladin Hammer. Really low on health, but does avoid that. Does get hit by those missiles from Spot. And will get finished off here once again by Spot, but now BonGeBon pushing out with Dillos, not using mass commands. They are going kind of single file, a little bit spread out, so they probably will get finished off pretty quickly here. There is a Longhorn and Jackal. Once again, this might as well be a Joker from the previous patches, from the previous lifetime of AirMech, honestly, but will once again be shut down by the defender's advantage. Insomniac and SPOTFIR will be able to keep their hopes alive. Insomniac bombing out. Almost getting finished off here. And really low on health. BonGeBon with that Blaster Striker will almost getting Insomniac finished off there because they did run out of outpost energy there. But now, yeah. I really do like seeing that now in this new version 2 role, especially Blaster Striker, really crazy strong, especially with those missiles. And now BonGeBon and Broadside doing their own kind of shooting thing down here, actually finishing off quite a lot of units. Not able to finish off the Striker, but once again, depleting that outpost of its energy. Broadside still staying over here as the Repair Paladin. He has 6 Repair Guardians circling around him. For level 14 mech man, he will stay alive forever. And now SPOTFIR is trying to defend against both of these mechs. And in the meantime, Insomniac is bringing up some artillery, starting to move up for this forward. I don't know if the Carbon team has noticed this, but SPOTFIR definitely able to hold his own here against 2 mechs with an outpost in support. Could use a couple of these, units over here moved out toward the attacking mechs, but Broadside and BonGeBon not actually getting too much killed anymore. 1 or 2 units, does kill 3, but does give Insomniac plenty of time to set up all these artillery over, all these 2 artillery over there, and a Ratchet to defend, to heal up that Longhorn, forces BonGeBon and Broadside out of the area. So now at this point, SPOTFIR, let's see if he's actually noticed that Insomniac is over there attacking that forward, but he instead is going again for back here. BonGeBon responding to this, not before that SPOTFIR gets a Flacker and a Moneymaker. Such high DPS for the mechs and really low health for these socket units nowadays. But yeah, now Insomniac actually able to clear a lot of that forward, and BonGeBon able to finish off SPOTFIR, but SPOTFIR, I think, did the job that he needed to do, and actually was able to keep the attention away from this forward. Insomniac actually able to neutralize this outpost, 3 infantry in those slots, so let's see if Broadside can do anything. But Insomniac getting finished off there by BonGeBon, and Broadside, getting finished off on the ground by that hat, that Hellstorm hat, so it will be Spot versus BonGeBon for the next, I don't know, 15 seconds or so. But BonGeBon with that Blaster Striker killing, oh my god, a lot of units. Quite a lot of units, but SPOTFIR bringing enough infantry here to take this outpost, dropping a bunch of Jackals, so we will get a good surround and keep the fire away from the outpost, and these 2 Dillos will go down. BonGeBon getting killed by that last Hellstorm hat, and so the green team has been able to retake their forward. And now Insomniac bringing a Longhorn to the front door, will be able to drop it behind these defending units, and now Broadside, got a little bit of damage on. Down, but now Insomniac going to attack this close, and SPOTFIR now working on mid, actually able to kill that brute, and Broadside now forced to move out with Gemini here, going for, where is he going? I don't know where he's going. I don't know why he didn't go from mid instead, because he had that outpost. He could have brought them out of queue, but now Insomniac actually able to neutralize his outpost, avoiding mech fire for a pretty long time, but does get finished in the air by BonGeBon. Does get obviously double responded to by both of the Carbon players, but now we do have a Gemini push coming out here by the Carbon team. Let's see where they are going. I don't know if this will go well either way, because that is not really that. Now they're sending everything they have in mid, so now this is quite a massive push. Let's see if they can actually take this forward, unless they split. If they split, I don't know what will happen. Yeah, so these are going for this fort. Insomniac dropping more Longhorn to defense is definitely the appropriate response, and these Dillos are definitely going to be massacred here. This great line of Longhorn will pretty much stay alive, and with BonGeBon not in the area, he did get killed earlier, and Broadside trying to kill these mechs from these units from the side using his hammer, and not really able to spam it, I guess, the way he wanted to. Obviously the mechs, the units would prioritize on the mech if it is the closest thing. And does get killed on the ground by that Longhorn. Look at all the mech scrap, or the unit scrap over here. BonGeBon is back, but not in time. Definitely all of his units have been killed. So yeah, a little bit too late. And now now we have Ratchet salvaging there, so green team will definitely be able to make the best out of that attack. And now SPOTFIR setting up some artillery over here, and Insomniac with a Longhorn. Where is he going with this? Probably going to go for the front door once again. Going to get chased down by Broadside, though, but he will get a little bit of damage in. Broadside will be able to body block it pretty quickly. BonGeBon responding as well. Didn't necessarily need to because Broadside was already there, so might not have wanted to do that, but does chase Insomniac back. Does not get that kill, but let's see if BonGeBon does not get finished off by SPOTFIR either. So we do have Broadside with a couple Gemini. Is not able to find a hole. This Ratchet is blocking that Gemini a little bit, so those Gemini will be killed pretty quickly and not get too much damage down on that green fort. And BonGeBon getting chased down once again by this green team, but not getting finished off there. Yeah, this is just quite a back and forth fight. Necessarily post switching back and forth, but they keep the Carbon team keeps pushing and not really at not really with enough units, and each time getting shut down by this green team. So, and the green team just making good defenses and slow and steady pushes. Insomniac able to finish off this the rest of the Carbon units that were over here and retake that outpost after SPOTFIR came back with that infantry. And now it definitely still stands a chance in this fight. It is 29 minutes already. We would have already been about 5 minutes into overtime 2 at this point in last AirMech. But Broadside now with some SAMs will be able to neutralize this outpost really quickly. But SPOTFIR already coming back to respond. So let's see if Broadside can actually take this. No, SPOTFIR does land and slash those SAMs to death. Let's see if Broadside has any contingency plan. No, just going to try to kill what he can here. Going straight for the hat. Oh, but we do have a Longhorn push from the fort, and I would like to see the rest of these. Oh, yes, they are. The rest of these Longhorn are moving out as well. I'd like to see these Longhorn move out as well. That would be really awesome. But we do have, again, more attack here by this Carbon team. They have not noticed that green push coming out from that fort and from the close. Insomniac doing, SPOTFIR doing a good job keeping this Carbon team occupied, while Insomniac pushing, again pushing with, they are pretty much pushing all in. There is nothing left here, and there are a lot of Longhorn here. I don't think it's that the Carbon team has enough defense over here, especially BonGeBon all by himself after Broadside getting killed over there. So Carbon team will lose this mid. Every single unit has been killed, and there is a long train of Longhorn coming here for this fort. If I were green team, I might want to at least set a couple of them to switch to attack, or not to attack, to capture, because this fort will definitely be taken over. And Insomniac queuing up some brutes, but I don't think they need it. Look how many Longhorn are coming for this Carbon fort. It'll probably be shut down, but they definitely will be ahead now after clearing all those units. The score has even quite a lot. Actually, green team has drastically overtaken Carbon team, drastically relative to the number of units. It is 28 to 23. It used to be like 37 to 23 in favor of the green team. And the green team, Insomniac almost getting killed here, does get finished off in the air by BonGeBon, but does it really matter? SPOTFIR now coming, this outpost has been neutralized by one brute, and the brute is in that bulb, or in that infantry slot. So Carbon team pushed all the way back to their fort by a massive amount of Longhorn. Pretty much every single unit that green team had on the field, for the most part, almost, very, very close. Now this fort has been taken under the green control. And BonGeBon and Broadside have lost all the footing they've gained this entire match. It is 16 to 26. I doubt that green team will allow this will allow the Carbon team to really do anything about this at this point. None of those weird pushes that the Carbon team did, where it definitely was not enough to break the wall that the green team made, especially after microing and dropping units out of your build queue. And so, yeah, so now green team has all the outposts except for that Carbon last stand actually taken. I think I'm going to start calling it the back post. I never really understood why it was called last stand. I guess it was called that a while ago by one of the casters from back then, but yeah, it doesn't really make too much sense. I'm going to start calling it the back post. But so yeah, now Broadside with some Gemini here. Where is he going with them? I would assume the fort or this close outpost. No, he is stationing them. Is he going to hide them? Oh no, he is going for the fort. Oh man, he is going straight for the front door. There's absolutely nothing here. So let's see if any of these green players decide to respond to this. Oh man, then it's going down really fast, and BonGeBon with Dillo of his own. And now Broadside with, yeah, just firing in. Let's see if the Carbon team can actually, the green team can actually defend against this. There is one Longhorn and one Seeker. I don't know if that's enough. BonGeBon and Broadside are both firing in, hitting the front door. Okay, all the Carbon units have been killed, but look at how low the green health is at this point. So the green team will probably now start to station a little bit at that front door for defense. It is really, really easy to wall up on Duel, especially because there's only one side, well, pretty much because there is one side of the outpost exposed, not four, not even two, just one. No platforms on the side like Nestor or nothing, but now we do have a large push, pretty much an all-in push by this Carbon team. They are not going with a capture, they are going with an attack. This is going straight past mid. I don't know if they're going to be able to break this, actually, especially now SPOTFIR has scouted this. Insomniac is a bomber with bombs, and there is very, very little, actually no AA here to support, but we do have BonGeBon firing from the side. Won't be able to get this finish on the green fort, but will get pretty darn close. Broadside with, let's see what does Broadside have, with two Gemini, gonna find a hole on the side. Let's see if green team can actually get this blocked. Really, really needs to micro and get this, find the hole, re-micro it to a hole, but the green team has been able to successfully defend, finish off Broadside. BonGeBon now coming with more units. There is a completely open front door, now gets blocked by that green team just before BonGeBon dropped that Dillo, so they won't be able to get too much. And BonGeBon really low on health, getting finished off by SPOTFIR on the ground, and still we have more Dillos coming out, but gonna be finished off by SPOTFIR very, very quickly. Shooting tanks from the back is just ridiculously effective in AirMech. Obviously, everyone pretty much knows that, but I will say it again, he is not even a hog. It's just this crazy mech DPS of the latest patches. And now Broadside trying to drop some Geminis over here. I don't know if I would do that if I were them. If I were them, I'd start to get really, really desperate and just fort drop over and over and over again. However, this has been walled up pretty well. They still can fire in from the side, though, so that is one thing to note. BonGeBon, what is he doing? He is a blaster striker. He might just want to fire in from the side. Like I said, he might actually be able to get this finished as long as Broadside stays defensive, but now we do have a Brute and a Longhorn here at the front door for the green team at the Carbon front door. BonGeBon here, again, forced to block, but not getting good blocks off, not getting good drops off here. The Dillo were not in blocking position. One does go down. Broadside still respawning. Does just have Sams in his build queue, so this game is getting really, really even now. Really, really even. We are at 38 right now. 35 minutes and 40 seconds. Green team now pushing out with more Longhorn. There is not much in the Carbon bank to actually defend against this, so I do think this is probably going to be the end. Carbon team so close, but not able to get the necessary damage off on the green team to actually get that finish. Once again, BonGeBon might be able to actually might have been able to actually finish this off just by dropping and shooting from an angle at that green fort, but it is too little too late. Green team with a lot of Longhorn over here, a couple Brutes. Broadside has been killed, and BonGeBon now, that's pretty much it. Broadside calling the GG. There's too many green units there at that fort, and oh my god, I think that is probably the longest game I have ever cast in my entire AirMech career. Lots of deaths by Broadside the Paladin, and lots of death actually by the green team. Not too many mech kills on the green side. SPOTFIR getting the same amount of kills as BonGeBon, but BonGeBon having the best ratio in this entire game. Obviously, a lot of these deaths were to units as well, but yeah, very, very long game. I think something still needs to be done to the balance to actually fix that kind of thing. Even games are supposed to go something like 25 minutes tops, just like OT2, start of OT2. From previous games. But yes, that was an interesting game to say the least. Almost getting killed there, almost losing right at the mid game stage to from mid game to late game. That green team almost lost, and Carbon just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, never really getting enough units to actually break the green team, and then green team with an all-in Longhorn push from every single post that they had under the control, able to take entire map control except for the Carbon back post, and definitely enough to overwhelm the Carbon team, prevent their credit income, and finish off the Carbon fort with a Longhorn / Brute push for the most part, before Carbon was able to actually get the finish by drops. So this was a very, very long game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, this is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.